Stanislaw here, and in this lesson, I'm going to show you how to use mStories to create exciting posts in 3 different formats. First, we'll start with creating a vertical video format story. Second, you'll learn how to use mStories to create traditional landscape format posts. Lastly, you'll learn how to create square video format for your social media stories. After purchase and installation, mStories can be found in the Title Templates tab inside Final Cut Pro. To access mStories, click the Title Templates tab inside Final Cut Pro and click the mStories collection in your browser. Inside are 50 different customizable story templates to choose from, along with several add-on and call-to-action animated presets. To see a preview of a template, skim over it using your cursor. Each template is unique and different, with lots of customizable features. Many of the templates offer drop zones, a fast and powerful way to add your photos or videos to the animation instantly. Let's start with creating a vertical video format setup. To add a template to your project is as easy as choosing one from your mStories library and dragging it into your project. Press spacebar to start playback and review. All the templates will work in a traditional landscape format, but by default, Final Cut will create a traditional landscape project when we may want to create vertical video. In this example, we have a 1920 by 1080 video setup. So let's create a new project with the settings we need to create vertical video. To create a new project timeline, click File, New, and select New Project, or press keyboard shortcut Command-N. Choose a name for your project, and select the event you want to assign your project to. Select the Use Custom Settings button to alter your project properties. Final Cut has 1080p HD as the video format default, which is what we want to change. In the Video section, click the drop-down arrow and select Custom. Change the resolution properties to 1080 and 1920. And let's change the frame rate back to 29.97 for this example. We will leave all remaining options untouched and click OK to confirm. Now that we've properly set up our project, let's select that same template we had previously and place it into our timeline. Inside this template, I have 2 drop zones that will allow me to place my own photos or video into them, as well as dozens of customizable options. In my canvas, I have several control points to change a few of the settings like this border or the text position. To fine-tune these controls and access the other options, we will need to open the inspector. Click the item in your project you like to customize and navigate to the top right corner of Final Cut Pro to click the inspector button and open the controls. Inside the inspector, there are many customizable options to choose from. Some of these include the animation build in and out, which will turn the intro and outro animations on and off with this toggle. Let's replace these drop zones with images we want to use. First, let's open our media library on the left panel in Final Cut. Next, let's click on the drop zone in the inspector panel. Click the different items in your media library to preview it inside your drop zone. Once you have made your selection, click Apply Clip in the canvas to confirm. Let's place an item in the second drop zone using the same process. To adjust the items inside the drop zone, use the pan and inside scale controls found near the drop zone well. Let's adjust the text fields for our template. You can easily find the text fields in the inspector that have these text blocks. Changing the text in these boxes will instantly update the text on the screen. You can also change the font, size, and additional formatting properties. To change the position or rotation of text items, use the control points on your canvas, or use the controls in the inspector. To change the duration of our template, just grab the end of your clip in your project and drag it to its new duration. Let's add a call-to-action animation to this template by clicking on the Title Template tab again and opening the mStories collection. To add a call to action for your project, choose one and drag it on top of your template in your project. The call to action items also have many different controls located inside the inspector. Once your template is complete, it's ready for export. In this next example, I have a traditional 1920 by 1080 project with a video on my timeline I'd like to use as a background for my mStories template. Inside the mStories collection, I'll choose one and drag it on top of my video in my project. I have two drop zones and some text that is cut out to show my background. Let's start with replacing these items in the drop zones again. For this next drop zone, I'd like to use a video file. As with previous drop zones, I'll click the drop zone well, and then select the clip I'd like to place in the drop zone. The difference in selecting video is changing the start point of the video in your drop zone. Wherever you click in your media file will be the start frame of the video in your template. To change the position of the drop zones and their contents, use the drop zone position controls. I'll make changes to the text using the text boxes as before. I like the layout, but I'd like to change the background. To change the background, navigate to the background controls in your inspector. To change the solid color, click the color well and choose a new color. I'd like to change my text so I can still see my background and use the text in the center. Turning off the background will also turn off my text. So instead, let's change the background blend mode to a stencil alpha. This will invert the background, allowing me to have my background with the center text animation. Once you're happy with your template, it's ready for export. Let's take a look at creating one more example for square video social media posts. Like our vertical video, we need to create a custom project. Select File, New Project, or press keyboard shortcut Command-N. Change the video type to Custom, and change the resolution to 1080 and 1080. Change the frame rate for your needs. I'll be using 2997 again, and I'll click OK to create it. I'll choose one more template and place it into my timeline. Using the content controls in my inspector, I'll increase the size of the overall items in the template and use the handles to adjust the positioning of my text. Here's a quick tip. To expand the inspector to see more controls at once, double-click the inspector bar. Doing so will shift the interface to show more controls on the screen. I'll add images to my drop zones just as we've done before. For this example, I'm showcasing my friend's favorite tacos of the week. While it looks great as is, I think it needs a little more. Let's use a couple of the add-ons for this example. The add-ons are animated icons that you can place on top of your mStory templates, or really any project you may be working on. Use the position and rotation handles in the canvas to adjust the placement of your add-on. To change the color, click the stroke color well and choose a new color. I think I'll change the scale and place this in the corner. To quickly make a copy of your item in your project, hold the Alt Option key and drag your add-on up. This will create a duplicate with the same settings you previously created. Now you can quickly position this new copy in the opposite corner without having to recreate the settings from before. Let's place one more add-on in this example to showcase which taco is my favorite of the week by placing this crown add-on into it. I'll adjust the size and position and change the color to yellow. To add a drop shadow, to make this stand out a little more, I'll select the Shadow On-Off checkbox. Once complete, you're ready for export again. With over 50 different customizable templates to choose from, there's no limit to what you can create. mStories from MotionVFX, leader in Final Cut Pro and Apple Motion templates and plugins.